Okay. Very quick updates from us on where we're going with the Learning Analytics project at the moment. I'm going to talk a bit about that. Michael's going to give you a quick intro of how we're working with some of the suppliers that you can see at lunchtime. So you've probably all seen this growing picture, and you're probably also aware of the number of institutions that we've actually got who are interested in the project. And that's a lot of institutions, a lot of capacity. We're engaged with about 35. Most of those are in the discovery process at the moment. We've got 28 now who, by the end of this year, or will have gone through the first process that we've had for discovery readiness. 18 of those completed. I'm probably out of date now, am I, Lindsay? You've just done 2 more.
Yeah.
Probably 20 completed. I've got about 11, and that's probably might be 12 reports now in from institutions. We're also working on implementation with some institutions. That's in terms of both the student app, the Tribal Student Insights product, the Unicon Learning Analytics product, the Student Success Plan, and also in institutions who've just set up the Learning Records warehouse and are collecting the data. So we've got several institutions. Those figures might be a little bit out of date now. I've been on holiday for 4 days and things move fast. So one of our big challenges is the capacity of the number of institutions who are involved, which is really great. So we're moving next year to a new institutional readiness process, which is not going to be automatically the 4 days on site. And basically, we're going to do this so we can get more institutions involved, more institutions implementing the system that we've now got developed and in place. So we're probably going to run this as a sort of almost a process. We've got a workshop. We'll start off with a workshop, introduce you to a self-assessment questionnaire, and introduce you to the project, give you a chance to go away and do that, and to look at your own institutional readiness, have a process to help verify that. And then what we're looking for at the end of that is institutions who are ready to sign up for the service and can start the implementation. So this happened while I was away on holiday. This is how new this is. So I haven't even had a chance to see it. We're going to test pilot it tomorrow in Belfast. Should be interesting. So we put together a very short readiness questionnaire. We're going to start piloting it. It's got questions in those 5 areas. It's very, very sort of familiar and aligned with the discovery readiness that's been going on from the consultants. And this will give us an opportunity for you to look at where you are and to assess your readiness to move forward, and for us to start working with you, or for you to look for some other support to get some of the bits in place. So we'll be sharing more with that soon. The other thing that we're working on at the moment is basically a checklist. So those of you familiar with the architecture, the main part of the process for us is getting you set up and getting your data collected into the Learning Records warehouse. So from our experience over the last 12 months, we've got a checklist now of the sorts of things that need to be done and the processes to go through. So the stuff on this side, left is the other thing. All the cultural and organisational stuff about getting buy-in your institution, about getting your legal and ethical stuff sorted out, and most importantly, if you're coming down the GIST route, is a data processing agreement signed to allow the data sharing between the different products. So that's one set, and the other major one is the technical setup. Now, this is all about getting your historical and current data flowing into the Learning Records warehouse and moving that bit forward. At the end of this, you're then in a position to be able to plug different analytics products on top of it. So we're working on this at the moment. What it will become is a web page on the blog that anyone can go to and work their way through. And I think Michael's going to work on a reporting mechanism so that you can say where you are and contact if you've got any problems. So I'll share that with you, and the readiness questionnaire on the process we're going to have. I'll probably run some workshops in the autumn, starting with that to onboard people. That'll all come out through the analytics list in the next month or so. So if you're not signed up to the analytics GISMO list, please do so. Just a report, it's been out now quite a while on the looking at a review of international practice and looking at the case for learning analytics. You haven't seen that one, that's the latest one. Another product from Neil, isn't it? Mostly. How many was it? 12 case? No, 12 case studies. Around that.
I've forgotten though. I don't think it is that many. It might be 10.
10 case studies. And they're international. Some from the UK, but mostly from the US and Australia. A couple of other projects underway. The first one, I think it's probably now up and running, but Library Analytics Labs. Miles Danson has been running that. But if you want to have a word about that, Lee Bayliss at the back in the middle. The other one limping around looking into this at the moment. And we're also looking at some college analytics labs, which are going to start up in September. And Sri at the back there is leading that work up. So these are both activities that link up what we're doing around the business intelligence work that we're doing in GISP, and starting to align some of that up with the learning analytics. Okay, I'm around all day. If you've got any questions, go on, Adam.
Can you just explain what these are? You said when you started what they're called, what they're doing.
They're experimental spaces to pull data together and build visualizations based on different data sets. Is that in a sentence good enough?
Okay. Like the Heidi Lab.
It is Heidi Labs, but without Heidi. Or with Heidi and others.
Have you got any case studies? Anyway, I've seen some, but none of you seem to go into great detail in terms of certainly the library analytics.
Lee?
They will be after we've run this one on the library side. So the ones we've got at the moment are largely focused on data for planners, that sort of thing. Lee, what's the time scale again for the library ones?
So Library Labs is, we just closed the application section, so we can send it to teams, but if you're desperate to be involved, come and talk to me.
When does it complete?
It's going to finish in October.
Right.
There's nothing from that.
There is, but it's kind of, I'd rather wait now until we get the output from the October ones, besides that.
But there are some outputs from the Heidi Lab process as well.
Yeah.
Dashboard.
And there's case studies from Heidi Labs, but not on the library side. Yeah. Okay, Michael.
Right,
Press a button, have you?
successfully make this work.
So